Today we are going to explore a fundamental concept that often causes confusion for Python developers: how variables really work. You have probably learned that variables are like boxes that store values, and while this metaphor works for some programming languages, it can actually lead us astray in Python. I would like to share a more accurate mental model that will help you understand Python's behavior more intuitively. It involves thinking of variables as labels or tags or sticky notes rather than containers. And this perspective will clarify many puzzling Python behaviors you may have encountered. Let's start with a simple example that demonstrates where the box metaphor breaks down. Now, if we are thinking of variables as boxes, we might expect favorites to contain red, blue, green, while colors contains red, blue, green, yellow. After all, we copied the contents from one box to another, right? However, when we run this code, we will find that both colors and favorites display red, blue, green, yellow. This behavior seems mysterious if we are thinking in terms of boxes, but it makes perfect sense once we understand what's actually happening. The key insight is that Python variables don't contain values, they reference them. A more accurate way to think about Python variables is as references or sticky notes that point to objects in memory. When we write colors is equal to red, blue, green, Python creates a list object in memory and creates a reference called colors that points to it. When we write favorites is equal to colors, we are not creating a copy of the list. Instead, we are creating a second reference, a second sticky note called favorites that points to the same list object that colors is already pointing to. Now we have one list object with two references pointing to it. When we modify the list through either references, both references will reflect the change because they are pointing to the same underlying object. This explains our earlier example perfectly. Colors.append yellow modifies the list object, and since both colors and favorites reference the same object, both show the updated list. Python provides a built-in function called id that returns the unique identity of an object. This is quite useful for understanding when two variables reference the same object versus when they reference different objects. In this code, we can see that the colors and favorites both have got identical ID numbers, which thereby confirms that both variables reference the exact same object in memory. Now here's something that trips up many developers. Just because two objects look identical doesn't mean they are identical. These two lists contain exactly the same items, but Python creates two completely separate objects in memory. The id function reveals the truth. Different memory address means different objects. We can think of it like having two identical shopping lists written on two separate pieces of paper. The content is the same, but they are physically different objects. This distinction becomes crucial when we are modifying lists, passing them to functions, or checking equality. It's important to understand that any object can have multiple references pointing to it. Let's look at an example. Here Python creates a string object containing Alice in memory and creates a reference called friend that points to it. Python then creates a new reference called trouble that points to the exact same string object that friend is pointing to. We verify this using our id function and we find both the values to be the same. At this point, is to be noted that neither of these references is more primary than the other. They are completely equivalent. It's somewhat like aliasing, one object having multiple names. However, these references can be reassigned independently. We could create a new string object, Bob, make our friend reference point to it. We observe that the id of friend and trouble are different now. Here's what happens. Python creates a brand new string object containing Bob and makes the friend variable point to this new string object. The original Alice string still exists in memory because trouble still references it. The different ID numbers prove that friend now points to a completely different string object, Bob, while trouble still points to the original Alice string. Since trouble never moved from the original string object, it still shows Alice. When we reassign a variable like friend equals Bob, We are not changing the original object. We are making that variable point to a different object entirely. Any other variables that were pointing to the original object remain completely unaffected. You can think of it like this. Both friend and trouble start as sticky notes attached to the Alice string. When we write friend equal Bob, we peel off the friend sticky note and attach it to a new string, Bob. The treble sticky note stays exactly where it was, still attached to Alice. Here's a fundamental principle that we need to keep in our mind. Assignment in Python always creates references, never copies. It never copies. When we write new variable is equal to existing variable, we are creating a new reference that points to the same object that existing variable references. No copying occurs. This principle applies consistently across all Python data types, be it mutable data types like list and dictionaries or immutable data types like strings, tuple, and numbers. Let's understand this using an example. So here Python creates a list object containing eggs in memory and creates a reference called groceries that points to it. Then it creates a new reference called cart that points to the exact same list object that groceries is pointing to. Both variables now reference the identical list object, which we could verify using the id function. Now let's try to update this list by using the append method. What the append method does is that it modifies the existing list object in place. Python takes the existing list object that both variables points to, adds milk to that same list object, and in the process, no new list is created. The original list object now contains both eggs and milk. Since both variables point to the same list object and that object was modified, both variables see the updated list content. The modification affects the object itself, which is visible through all references to that object. When we talk about changing variables, it's helpful to distinguish between two different operations, rebinding and mutation. Usually people use them interchangeably, but they are different things and potentially lead to confusion. First, let's talk about rebinding. Rebinding occurs when we change what a variable references. It creates an entirely new object. Let's understand this with an example. So here Python creates a string object containing hello somewhere in memory and creates a reference called message that points to it. Python then creates a new reference called greeting that points to the exact same string object that message is pointing to. No copying occurs. Both variables now reference the identical string object in memory. We can confirm this using the id function, which shows that both variables reference the same object because they return identical id numbers. Now here's what's crucial to understand. Strings in Python are immutable. They cannot be changed once created. So when we write message plus Khan, Python takes the original string hello, creates a brand new string object containing hello Khan, and then makes the message variable point to this new string object. The original hello string still exists in memory because greeting still references it. The different ID numbers prove that message now points to a completely different string object, while greeting still points to the original hello string. Since greeting never moved from the original string object, it still shows hello. The fundamental concept here is that strings cannot be modified. They are immutable. When we change a string variable, we are actually creating a new string and changing which string object the variable points to. Any other variables that were pointing to the original string remains unaffected. The same can be said for other immutable objects like numbers and tuples. There is no operation in them which can change them in place. All we can do is to make up a new object from existing objects. But this feature of rebinding is not exclusive to just immutable objects. Even mutable objects like dictionary and list have them. Let's consider another example, but this time we would be using list. Python creates a list object containing eggs in memory and creates a reference called groceries that points to it. Python then creates a new reference called cart that points to the exact same list object that groceries is pointing to. Both variables now reference the identical list object, which we could verify using our id function. Now here's the key moment. The plus operator creates a brand new list by combining the original list with the new element. Python takes the original list containing eggs, creates a completely new list object now containing eggs and milk. It makes the groceries variable point to this new list object. The original eggs list still exists in the memory because cart still references it. The different ID numbers prove that groceries now points to a completely different list object, while cart still points to the original list. Since cart never moved from the original list object, it still shows X. But there is another operation which is exclusive to mutable objects. Mutation. Mutation occurs when we modify an object in place. As we previously saw, the .append method modifies the existing list object in place. Python takes the existing list object that both variables point to, adds milk to that same list object. So no new list is created. The original list object now contains eggs and milk. Both variables still point to the same, although now modified object. Now, since both variables point to the same list object and the object was modified, both variables see the updated contents. Understanding this distinction helps us predict how our code will behave, especially when multiple variables reference the same object. Sometimes people have the misconception that assignment works differently for mutable and immutable values. This is definitely not the case, as we have seen here in these examples. Assignment makes the name on the left side refer to the value on the right side. Understanding Python variables as references rather than containers provides a solid foundation for reasoning about Python code behavior. This mental model explains many behaviors that seem mysterious under the variables as boxes paradigm, but become quite evident when we move towards the variables as sticky notes paradigm. With these understandings, we can predict and control how our Python programs behave, leading to fewer surprises and more robust code. Thank you for your attention, and I hope this perspective helps clarify Python's variable behavior for you, and I'll see you next time.